we had a very difficult decision to make. And so we didn't make it difficult at all. We just decided to expand the award, and in this one time, we actually have an MVP track and an MVP field on both sides of our genders here. And I'll start with the young ladies and kind of give a moment's conversation on each of their performances. And our first MVP, it's actually kind of interesting because it's hard not to get worked up when you see this young person has been up here multiple times, not only from the athletic side of 3 school records this year, to the academic side of an NCAA all-academic person, to a team captain, to an all-around true Penn Stater. There are very few people in my 20-plus years, I won't say how many, 20-plus years of coaching that have the total package. And this young lady has brought that. She came here, took a little bit to figure it out, and then never looked back. It's been truly an honor to coach her directly. It's been truly an honor to have her lead our teams. And it's been a true honor to see her develop into just a fine, phenomenal young person. Truly an MVP of this program. And on the track side of things, our recipient today is Miss Kara Millhouse.
I guess I'll start out by thanking everybody that helped me get to this award. It's such an honor to have this award, thinking of people who have received this in the past, people who have competed in world competitions, people who have been All-American, things that I haven't really done, so it's just an honor to be in that kind of company. I'd like to start out thinking, it's silly. I get in front of you guys and I just start to cry. Whew. But I'm going to try not to. Thanking my mom. She's been wonderful. She comes to all my meets. Anything I need, she has. I really appreciate all of her love and support that I've had ever since I was little. Her and my dad. So, thank you, Mom, for driving up 2 hours today just for this. It's great. Next, I want to thank Coach Gondak for getting me to Penn State. That was wonderful. I know you guys see that it doesn't take much to make me shed tears, but that first letter that I got from Penn State, I got a lot of letters from a lot of schools, and that little note on that little note card from Coach Gondak made me cry, so I guess this is the place to be. So thanks for that. Thank you to all my teammates for all the support when things didn't go so well. My freshman, sophomore year, you were there to be supportive of me and tell me things were going to get better. When things did get better, you were there to encourage me. You were there to inspire me. I really appreciate that. Thank you to my husband, Ryan Foster. Since we've been dating, my GPA has gone up from a 2.7 to a 3.3. I've dropped about 50 seconds in the 5K, so I guess he's been a good influence on my life, an excellent person to be around, so I'm so thankful for that. Thank you most of all for Sullivan being my biggest support in running. She always told me, even from my freshman year, that I could be better, that I could do things better. And freshman and sophomore year, I'm like, what are you talking about? 16:30 in the 5K? No way. That's not going to happen. So I've learned that it's been really helpful for her to be there and encourage me every step of the way, tell me that I can do things, be my support. Thank you to all the rest of the teachers and staff. Everyone for everything you've done to me or for me over the years. So that's my message, I think, to all of you guys. For me, to receive this award, just use everything that you have, all of the support that's here. Use your teammates, use your coaches. all the academic support at Penn State. It's been a wonderful experience for me, and I'm truly honored to be receiving this award. You know, I never thought I would get this, but thank you.
Okay, on another note, and honestly, who didn't let me redshirt her freshman year? Come on, Sullivan. I should have redshirted her. Okay. As you can now see why it was time in the program to have a field and a track MVP, because this young person, actually a great story on this young person too. Just a sophomore, had great taste of some success, some moderate success. Was her freshman of the year a year ago. Made it, I think, through the first round and that kind of thing, and really, made the adjustments of being a freshman and came back as a sophomore. I'd say focused, but still trying to figure it out. And started the fall working hard, doing what she needed to do, and then, oh my goodness, a coaching change. And instead of letting that get in the way, she found a way to be successful and put herself even in more of a position to drive forward, waiting for that outdoor season to happen, and waiting for that outdoor season to happen, and waiting for that outdoor season to happen. It takes quite a bit to start training full-time in October and open up in April. The intensity there is phenomenal. And to open up in April and then carry it through to June and July, what a phenomenal experience we had with this young person. There's no question, third at the NCAA championships, competing at the Olympic trials, and all around. I actually got to spend her birthday with her in the fine city of Eugene on a rainy day. Eugene, rain, yes. Just a tremendous, tremendous young person. Has taken the experiences of last year to the next level. First thing she said to me on one of the first days here this fall was, I'm training. I was like, yeah, I see you training, I see you training. Yes, Laura, I see you training. I'm training for a band. And to just 2 years in, have a kid be in a position where that can be real is phenomenal as a coach. So your MVP, Miss Laura Loht.
For stepping up and taking care of the Javelinas last year. It really meant a lot to all of us. I want to thank my mom and dad. They're here today. And just the whole team as a whole, you guys are great. I see inspirational things every day. Becca Sitko, you are an animal. And just Will Barr at regionals was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. And Lauren Kenny and Melissa Kurzdorfer at Penn Relays. I have the 5 best training partners in the NCAA. And the lights are going on. So, I couldn't ask to be, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. I love wearing the blue and white, and I love wearing Penn State on my chest. And, I mean, we still got 2 more years of this. This is awesome. Yeah, so, I guess the lights are going off, so we might as well get out of here. So, thanks.
Excellent. There we go. All right, on to our gentlemen. Again, dual recipients here. You've seen them numerous times up here already. I will do my best to keep my emotions in check here. But these 2 young guys have helped define us. I'm going to start with our MVP on the track side of things. Clear to everybody that's been paying attention today. Mr. Brady Gehret, if you'll make your way up here. Okay, before I turn it over to him, I just want to say a couple of things. From the recruiting process to the freshman year to this past year, it's a coach's goal to see our young people grow. And this is a young person that has grown up. And this is a young person that, through sport, has been able to accomplish what he's been doing. But to see him understand it to the fullest of levels is what is really rewarding to me. Brady's inspired to run fast for multiple reasons. But the true sense from Brady when he runs fast is with that stick in the hand, for representation, for proving to people who he is and who we are. And in a very difficult year last year, that 4x4 carried their heads high and carried us very high. And Brady took charge of that, and I couldn't be more proud of what he's accomplished. Seeing him run in the rounds at the Olympic trials, again, as just a sophomore in college, and kind of cruising through the first round into the second round, I thought, okay, that's where we should be. All right, made the semis. And then paying utmost attention on that semi to see if that can make it into that final. And boy, well, you guys should, I know you may have seen it on TV, but pulling lane 8, because I think it was a roll of the dice on how we got the lanes. Seriously, the way they do it was bizarre. But the end result was lane 8, and I had to remind him, we've been out there many times this year. But honestly, to see the blue and white, to see a skinny kid from Altoona in lane 8, couldn't make me more proud. Couldn't make me more proud, and shouldn't even be a hesitation to think of where this young man can take himself and can take this program. So 301, going to be 3 flat, going to be 259, he's got that school record sitting right in front of him. He's got lots to do yet in the blue and white. I'm very proud to have him back for a couple more years. Your MVP, Mr. Brady Gehret.
I'd like to thank all the coaches and all my teammates, and we have a lot of stuff we need to do this year, so let's have a good year.
And again, a no-brainer on the next recipient, our MVP for the track side of things. And I'm going to try and say all this because I will get emotional on this one. Mr. Joe Kovacs, if he'll come on up here and receive this award for Pennsylvania. Okay, I'm going to indulge just a moment because this is one of those last opportunities with an athlete that has made my life a big difference and this program a huge difference. And there's very little separation for me on those two things. But the bottom line is, we recruited Joe in one of our first years as a combined program. And Joe came in, and one of the things that I knew from Joe was that this is where he wanted to be. He wanted to be a Penn Stater. It was in his family, and it was in his mindset that he wanted to be a great person within this program. And through the struggles of how it goes, we had a lot of conversations. We had a lot of conversations in my office and that black couch across from my desk. Some of them were harder than others. But in the Class D conference room, for sure, the fishbowl up there. But each time, it came back down to that. And I remember after he graduated, because he graduated in 4 years, we had redshirted that freshman year, which I do think I was brilliant on because I believe he threw about 49 feet as a freshman. Yes, I'm glad I redshirted that because he threw 69 feet as a fifth-year super senior. So, but the reality is as he graduated after 4 years and had that outstanding one last season and what to do with it was really a difficult time. And it came down to it, the way I saw it was I didn't want to see him wearing someone else's jersey, doing what we knew was inside of him. And that was really the bottom line for me. I just wasn't going to be able to see that. And for Joe to say, you know, this is where I want to do it, this is where I need to be, and to put the pieces of the puzzle together again with another change in that senior year, but with some of the greatest training partners in the world and some of the greatest momentum and the greatest facility in the world, and the heart of a lion. I couldn't be more proud to have had the experience over these last 5 years. So, congrats.
Just a few things. By the way, this is the fastest banquet we've ever had. So bear with me here. I do want to really stop and thank the coaching staff, everybody that I've had, people that aren't here. Crater's not here right now, Coach Johnson, but Coach Spence, Coach Gondak, who I had last year, Coach Drew, who's out there. Really, Coach Sullivan. I mean, like she said it best, but I put her through some stressful times in the summer right after every year I've been here. And I finally bought in, which took a long time. And she has had my back from day one. And I know she still has my back today. And that's just something that you don't get in any other program. So I really have her to thank for that. And I also want to thank Coach Andy Vance. He came into a situation where I don't think any coach wants to start their career coming into a coach that left halfway through the season, and some kids are just like, oh, I want to hear what you say because what I'm doing is working. And he came in and day out, was a sounding board, helped little tips here and there, and the week that I've had with him between the low of NCAAs to the high of USATS was the best coaching week I've ever had because he helped me break down my form and get this big macho mind of like, oh, I'm just stronger than everybody else, I should be throwing farther. And we went back to the basics. I think that whole week, I didn't even think I was throwing 59 feet. We just went as slow as possible, reworked everything, and I went into that next week more prepared than I ever had in my entire life. This award, I know means a little bit something different to different people. I remember when Blake got it. It was the biggest thing up here. He wanted it because he's the biggest guy in the room. But this award, when I was sitting in those seats, this is my 5th year being here, it irritated me. Lack of other words, it pissed me off. Because I would sit there and think to myself, maybe the coaches, they didn't get it wrong, but the year before, I didn't get it right. I thought, I'm better than that. I should be up there. But for some reason, it didn't happen. It didn't work out. I didn't buy in. I didn't work the way I should have. So to you guys sitting there right now, just really assess where you're at. Really keep doing what you're doing. Work with your coaches day in and day out, and things will come through. So thank you guys. Thank you for, some of you guys I've been here for 5 years with, and some of you guys just a year. But thank you all, and have a great day and a great rest of the season, and make this your next meet your best meet. So thank you guys.